Hi, I'm Randy Altman with postPerspective. We're here at NAB 2017, and this is Rob Hoffmann from Lenovo. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for coming. It's a crazy show. So I appreciate you taking the time.
It's an amazing show.
So let's dig in. Why is Lenovo here?
Well, we're here for several reasons. The first is obviously to meet with our customers. You have pretty much all of the tier one broadcasters, post-production facilities and whatnot that are coming here to see the latest and greatest technologies. So it just makes sense, obviously, for us to be here and have those conversations with them. But also, we're here to really support those that are supporting the media and entertainment industry as a whole. So, you know, the likes of Autodesk or AJA or Cenis Associata, and so on. So I mean, it's really, we want to, we know where we are in the industry, and we want to make sure that we're supporting those that support the industry.
Okay, and you mentioned Autodesk.
Yes.
So there's some big news with Flame certification.
Correct. Yes, Autodesk has certified our Lenovo P910 hardware for Autodesk Flame, which is great news. They pretty much set the high water mark when it comes to the requirements that are needed from the hardware solutions that they run Flame on, and being able to be a part of that is really a great honor.
Now, you guys, so there are people in the industry that are looking to transition to a PC-based workstation, and they're using tools like Adobe Creative Suite and Autodesk and all these other things. So, what do you guys offer that will make that user experience easier for them, seamless?
Oh, okay. Well, we have really amazing hardware. I mean, our roots come obviously from the ThinkStations, and I mean they're pretty ubiquitous throughout the industry. Everybody's got a ThinkStation, and it's really around the quality of the hardware. That's really what the artists are looking for in production facilities, where they don't have time for downtime. They can really lose a lot of money and put productions in serious jeopardy. So, what we bring to the table is, it's production-proven, reliable hardware. The certifications, obviously, because what drives hardware sales, or what is it hardware? Does hardware drive software sales, or does software drive hardware sales? The reality is, people pick their solution as their tool of choice, and they want to make sure that whatever hardware solution that they're going to choose is obviously qualified to run on that, or qualified to run on that hardware, but also is going to be able to deliver the performance they require, so that way the hardware doesn't become a barrier between the artist and the art that they're creating.
So talking about performance and the art that they're creating, what are some of the challenges that you guys are seeing in the M&E industry at the moment? And how are you addressing them?
Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, I mean, the big challenges right now are really around production facilities maintaining costs or controlling their costs. It's a very competitive industry where even if a production is down for a day, it can completely wreck any type of margins they may make on a particular project. So, it's really around controlling costs, but it's also, there's a lot of production inefficiency that's taking place, where you've got a client's expectations of, they want it's whatever the latest, greatest blockbuster film that's come out. So they want to have that look, that feel, that level of quality, but they're wanting it done in less time, and in many cases the budgets are being reduced. So there needs to be a bridge between the gap of what's the client's expectations and what's the what are the capabilities of the production facility. So ensuring that hardware is reliable, ensuring that it has the highest performance capabilities, or components, whether it's from Intel or NVIDIA, and really just making sure that it's a cohesive solution that's really going to work for the client. And it's really important just because everybody, not more than a couple of years ago, 4K was the big thing. I mean, people are already starting to work in 8K now, so it's a little bit of a shock to them, where they have to move around a lot more data, there's a lot more processing. So they're trying to figure out, the solutions around their new 8K productions. But then you also have the whole idea of AR and VR,
yes.
which everybody's talking about, but the big challenge is that there are really no standards in place. So it's a bit of the Wild West.
That's right.
So it's one of those things where, it's like, it's here, everybody's working on it, but everybody's kind of doing it in their own unique way. So we're working a lot with the tools providers, whether it's the Autodesks or the Blackmagic Designs or the Adobes or the Avids of the world, to ensure that, first of all, we're qualified on their solutions, but also that we're able to also tune our hardware based upon their solutions as well. So that way artists can always have the best experience and do what they do best, which is create beautiful art, and do it at their own speed.
Right, so you're giving them the tools to create, taking the worry out of it because you're certifying the program.
Correct, but also working with the software partners to ensure that everything is in place and everything is going to run optimally.
Okay, well, talk about what specific products you guys have for the M&E industry.
Okay, so we have a variety of mobile as well as desktop workstations. Mobile workstations like the P51 and P71, which are very light, compact. Actually, they're extremely powerful to the point to where you can do editing on the go, or color correction work, or 3D animation, or compositing, whatever it might be. And then on the workstation side, we've got a really good breadth as far as the portfolio is concerned, just because depending on the type of work or the production function, we've got a solution that's going to fit perfectly. So like for high-end, like DaVinci Resolve work or Autodesk Flame work, people are using P910s just because they've got the mass and the capabilities of putting all the additional add-in cards and plenty of RAM and speed and hard drives and many GPUs, which everything is making that move as well. And then you have machines like the P710, where it's really tailored for an editing type of environment, or a 510 that might be really tailored for somebody that's doing 3D animation or 2D work.
Now, what about VR? Didn't you guys just introduce something specific for VR?
Actually, one of our other divisions did, our VR headsets, but all of our workstations, so it's very interesting because we've got, at Lenovo, we're dealing with VR from both ends of the spectrum, where you've got the VR content creation, which is happening on the workstation side, but then you've got the VR content consumption that's happening on the consumer side of the business. Yeah. And at CES, a couple months back here in beautiful Las Vegas, we announced our new VR headsets. So there you have it.
So do they work with specific, like who can use them? Anyone? Like
anybody can use them. Anybody can use them.
It's not tied to a specific...
No, it's not tied to any type of a specific platform or anything of that nature. So, no, it's good stuff.
All right. Rob, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you very much for having me.
I hope you have a good show.
Oh, yes.
It's day one. There's a lot to do.
Yes, there is.
All right. Well, thanks so much. That's it. Post Perspective.